So about Boots for a second.
Yeah, go.
Like so I keep seeing. I'm gonna turn this off because I'm not trying to get scolded by Shawn like last week. But I keep seeing this false binary being presented by people on social media, where okay, you're not. Shakur has a great. Go ahead.
What's the binary?
It's when you're trying to force someone to pick between this or this, when in reality there's plenty of other choices in between. And they're saying it can only be this or it can only be that.
Gotcha.
So the false binary being Shakur is defensively sound and you guys criticize him for not being entertaining. Jaron Ennis, super entertaining last night, and now you're criticizing him for not always being defensively sound, for taking some shots, right? And
I think it's the pressure to perform, which is why he didn't care about taking the shots. He just went in there and wanted to get the stoppage. Also, he was so much bigger than him. Like, I feel like
WBO interim title for Crawford.
I think Boots is a great talent.
He's gonna keep it bold.
I think that it's going to take him to go up to a few weight classes to where he's going to start feeling those punches. I remember when Adrian Broner was at the lower weight classes and he was taking so many shots. I said, when he move up, somebody going to hurt him. And sure enough.
Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna was.
Yeah, when he, because if you look at this, when they was calling the baby Floyd or whatever, and they was at the 130 and 135.
He was on pound for pound at one time.
Top 5, actually. He was number 5.
He was kicking everybody's ass, but he was taking a lot of shots. He was walking through them. And then, Maidana changed his career forever. He said that he don't let his hands go no more because of that fight. He said that.
I don't think I'm wrong in saying that I feel like Boots is pretty untouchable.
Got touched last night.
Untouchable.
In the second, third, fifth.
Yeah, come on.
Listen,
You mean
that's against a guy that he knows ain't going to hurt him.
I know. Yeah.
He steps it up when he has to.
Yeah.
But when I mean from a standpoint of having something that's who's going to hit him and make him feel it outside of a Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
I don't think
Some guys
Virgil
at
is
54.
good enough.
Yeah,
I don't think he's sharp enough.
Tim Tszyu?
Tim is gonna get waxed, respectfully, but that's too much speed. That's too much movement. Come on, please tell me that's too much speed, too much movement.
It looks special till you in there with somebody.
Tim Tszyu is really good, man. I think he would have won if he didn't have that cut on his head against Fundora.
Yeah.
We talked about that. But I really would like to see Spence and Boots.
Yeah.
I would love to see that fight. If Spence got anything left, we'll see against Fundora. But just the output, I think they'll stand in there and fight each other. I think that'd be a really entertaining fight.
Zettel for you and go ahead.
I like Charlo and
Boots.
Boots
Nah.
at 154.
Nah.
You don't like Charlo getting clipped?
He said, nah.
I got Charlo.
He said,
I might have Charlo winning.
In terms of an overall package,
Charlo can't mess with him.
and outside of Terrence Crawford, who has what he has?
Oh no, but that's what I'm getting at. The false binary of well, you're never satisfied. The guy is exciting, bulldozes him in 5 rounds. Now you're talking about he gets hit too much. Shakur, boxes super smart, doesn't get touched, and you're bitching that you didn't get enough combination. Well, I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Right. I don't want just peanut butter. I don't want just jelly, to simplify it. But why are we pretending that we haven't seen like near perfect performances from elite fighters before? Terrence Crawford just did it a year ago against Errol Spence. He did it all. And even in like Hopkins versus Trinidad, like these guys are getting touched, but they're not getting touched by Avanesyan. And I'm just nitpicking Boots because we should expect when he fulfills his potential, nothing less than the top 5 pound for pound. Crawford, Inoue, Usyk, he has every tool in the book. He has one of the deepest bags in boxing, one of the deepest arsenals. He's one of the most talented, maybe the most talented. So when you get touched a little bit, you're gonna nitpick a little bit because Terrence was able to pick him apart, and he bulldozed him 1 round sooner than Terrence. But Terrence was able to poke and prod with his jab a little bit more effectively. Knocked him out cold with 1 single shot. And Terrence did. In the first round, got clipped with an overhand right. It even legs did a little something. He went on, but other than that, he didn't get touched on a consistent basis like Jaron did in 2, 3, and 5. And that's what I got to compare you to, Jaron. I got to compare you to maybe the best fighter in the world because your talent.
That's what they wanted to do anyway.
Right.
You wanted to play him when you couldn't get this fight With Cody, you called on David so that you could create this narrative of he's ready for Crawford.
The measuring stick.
The measuring stick.
We know that shit don't mean nothing though. We saw Pacquiao knock out. He stopped De La Hoya. Then he knocked out
Cotto or Hatton.
Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
In the
Cleaning up
second round.
Floyd's old work.
Yeah, he was cleaning up Floyd's work. That shit don't. Styles make fights. That shit don't matter. I know that you want it gives you something to talk about, and it can help boost the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing when Bud beat the people that Spence beat, and then it was like, well, those dudes are washed now. It don't matter. That shit don't matter.
No.
He definitely got hit a little too much for me.
Yeah.
And I think if you want to get that done, you need to start working on that now.
Yeah.
This fights, Thurman fight, Shawn, I felt like you lost because you got hit too much.
Mm-hmm.
If your defense is more,
why people lose when they get.
this nigga said,
He said he was throwing his face on his hands.
yeah, hit me if you want to. I'm gonna hit you too. I'm just like in the elite level, like he's gonna have to get that A performance, C defense.
Yeah.
Defense wasn't
He
great.
wasn't happy with his performance. He even said in the post-fight interview. He was
I
like,
agree
man,
with him. I ain't happy either. But his dad even said when he came back to the corner one time, you're getting hit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just start working on that shit now because you don't want to have to work on it in a fight with a elite fighter.
Him, Keyshawn, and Jared Anderson all got this and similar to me. Although I think Jaron's further ahead of Jared and Keyshawn, but
They take shots.
they take shots and yet at the same time flash so much defensive potential and talent. They definitely move that upper body. There's no question about that. But there's little leaks in there that could maybe be tightened up to the next level.
I
Yeah.
was
Just about to
the
say,
impatience.
we've seen him be slippery.
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
We know that he has good defense. To me, you culminate.
He'll do the catch. He'll
You
move his upper
culminated
body.
with the fact
yeah.
that he knew he was going to get him out of there. Culminate that with the fact that he knew the dude was slow, and the fact that he's at home, so he's trying to get the highlight reel knockout. It's a lot of factors that played into why he got hit.
Inactive, a little bit rusty.
Inactivity.
Yeah.
It's a lot of factors that play into why he got hit so much last night.
He's not really respecting what's coming back.
He wasn't respecting it. You know what I mean?
So with those guys you just named, I think it's the impatience of trying to get the opponent out of there. And I also think that they're trying to create this fan base like Tank has. You're a knockout artist, you want to, and that's what's going to sell the tickets. So they want to go in there, they're going to mix it up, especially at a lower weight class where they know they can take the shots, and they're going to just go for it. Now, Jared Anderson's a heavyweight. They don't go no higher than that.
Yeah.
He had a couple fights ago where
Charles Martin
Martin.
yeah, he was he kept
pulling out.
and was getting clipped with the hook, and I was like, oh, that's going to be a problem.